One, two, three. This is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University. And we're back. I'm a psychologist, author, and speaker. And every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, and higher nature. How to improve your relationships, your health, your finances, your career, your spirituality. And we've been having some really fascinating guests. And this week we have a very interesting guest who's going to help us improve our health, which is possibly the most important thing that we have in our lives. And we have here Brittany Noelle, who is a certified personal trainer, Tier 3. She has a BS in physiological science from UCLA, and she's also a former Bruin student athlete in track and field. She was a sprinter. She has certifications from various organizations, including the National Council of Sports, National Council of Strength and Fitness, Kettlebell, and Precision Nutrition Level. And Brittany likes to say that she does fitness that fits you. Welcome, Brittany, to the show.
Hi, everyone. Well, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, it's really great to have someone that really wants to help people be healthier, because we talk about Love University, how to love, first of all, ourselves, and of course others and a higher nature, but we need to love ourselves. And many times, unfortunately, people don't do that. They may eat the wrong foods, they don't exercise, they do other bad habits. Why do you think that is, Noelle? Why don't we love ourselves in terms of health?
I think that people get kind of bad habits just depending on either who they grew up around or maybe who they're associating with. And so a lot of the times you're kind of told not to take care of yourself, or you're so busy taking care of other people that they themselves don't take the time to do what's necessary for them.
Yes,
So
that makes a lot of sense. So basically nurturing yourself, and that's important so you can help other people, so you have more attention and energy. I'm thinking like moms. Moms do a lot for others, but they may not be able to work out. So what do you tell a mom that says, I'm very busy, I have kids, I work, how can I work out? I don't have time.
I actually let them know that there's ways that we can help them find more time. So whether that is, figuring out a workout they can do with their child, things that they can do at home. I help them come up with ways that they can incorporate better meals. A lot of times I hear moms saying, like, I fed my baby, but I didn't have time to eat, or I just ate their scraps. Yeah. So we talk a lot about how to make those meals very efficient so that they can do two things at once. So it's just a lot of talking and understanding each other's schedules and figuring out where we can make time.
Yes. And I saw that you had a blog, I think, something about Fit for the New Year. And also the idea that, we're back to school. This is what we call the fall semester.
Yeah.
We're back to work from vacation, and people, want to stay in shape and be in shape. So what are some of the tips you can give us now that, we went to summertime, maybe we ate a little too much, maybe we had too much fun. So how do we get back on track for exercise and diet?
So for diet, I would definitely say just practicing mindful eating. That just means being aware of when you're eating and why you're eating. So anytime you think about getting some food, ask yourself, on a scale to 1 to 10, how hungry am I right now? You want to stay between about no more hungry than a 3 in terms of needing to eat food, and no more full than an 8. So try to think of it in that way. When you're eating, sit down to eat so that you can pay attention to your hunger cues and understand when you're feeling full. So that's very helpful.
Brittany, my producer Reggie here says he's hungry all the time. He says pizza is what drives him crazy. So why is that, Reggie? Why are you hungry all the time for pizza?
It tastes good.
It tastes good. So Brittany, what do you say to our producer Reggie, who says, I love pizza, and he just has to eat it every day? What do you say to him?
You can totally eat pizza every day. You just don't need to eat a whole pizza. So eat your slice. Okay. If it tastes good, just make sure that while you're eating it, that it's actually satisfying you, and it's not you're just eating it because you're bored. That's what I would say.
That makes sense. Now, in your slogan, Brittany, you say, do fitness that fits you. So what does that really mean? Does that mean based on your weight? It means your personality? What does that mean?
It means figuring out what's going to motivate you to work out. So I find that a lot of people try to do whatever fitness other people are doing, whether it's someone they're watching on Instagram or a friend, and they think that there's just this one cookie cutter way of working out or one way of dieting, when that's not really the case. Everybody's body is different. The things that motivate you are different. So I love to lift heavy at the gym and do power lifts, but you might be really into dancing. So maybe for you to stay in shape, you want to just go take a dance class, or maybe you're very into boxing. So you don't want to run on the treadmill, but you'd much rather box for 20 minutes. So it's finding out those little things that are happy for you, and that thing that works for you might not work for me. Or even the pizza thing. I might not be able to eat pizza every night, but if he feels good eating pizza, Brittany, by all means.
What is your weakness? Now, do you have a food weakness, or are you pretty immune to everything?
Definitely not immune to anything. I don't have a weakness per se, but I would say most of the time I eat, pizza, burritos, tacos, buffalo
tacos.
wings.
Now, Reggie, didn't you tell me
love
that
tacos.
taco is not a fast food? It's a good food? Is that what you told me?
No, I said it's a healthy food, but there's it seems like there's a debate whether it's a fast food or not.
Okay. Is that a fast food, Brittany, or a healthy food, tacos?
I consider it a healthy food. I mean, I get street tacos,
Wow.
so it's just protein and
good.
veggies, and then the corn tortilla, which is carbs.
There you go.
Just macros.
Okay. Well, you got to have something there. So, and the other thing that's very interesting to me, Brittany, is you said that you're an online fitness coach. Now, I never really heard much about this. I know we used to have, obviously, the gym. You can have a trainer there, or they have videos or that you watch on TV. But what's the difference with an online fitness coach? What does that mean?
That's so interesting that you never heard of that. Basically, it's just people that don't want to go to a gym, or if they're at the gym, they don't want to work with a physical trainer, and they would have a digital trainer. So I would assign you your workout program, and you would do that program either at the gym, or you would be able to do it at home. So it's a customized approach also. So I would talk to you, understand what it is you're trying to do, and give you a specific workout routine, either based on the gym or at home, whether you're a mom or busy or whatever it is. So that's the main difference. And then we do one-on-one appointments through Skype or whatever other video chatting mechanism that you have. And I'll look at your form. You get to ask me questions about things. And your whole program is just done digitally instead of you having to meet me face to face.
Okay, so you send them an email about the stuff they need to do. But what if they don't want to do it? I mean, how do you have accountability for them? Do you?
That's definitely the hardest part is the accountability.
Yes.
Basically, I just hold them accountable the same as I would my in-person clients. So I send them their workout every day. They get a text that asks, did you do the workout? If you didn't, why not?
Right.
I have an app, and so in the app, it will tell you if you've completed your workout. So you put in what you've done, and I can track that all in the back end.
Wow.
And then same thing with nutrition. I have people log in their nutrition. I can go in and see what they've done.
Right.
And then I'll shoot them a message like, hey, that was great. Or, hey, I didn't get your nutrition. I mean, yeah.
And do they lie to you, or are they honest about it?
I mean, I would hope that they're honest.
Hopefully.
Ultimately, I know if they are lying or not, just depending on whether or not they're seeing results.
That makes sense. Because sometimes they may not admit it. Maybe they're in denial. They really think they're doing it, but they're not doing it. Do you ever see clients like that don't really?
That definitely happens. So that's usually when we'll have a conversation. Like if they're not losing the weight or gaining the muscle, then we have to have more of a heart-to-heart. Like, okay, well, I know that this program is effective based off of, other testimonials and whatnot. So let's talk a little bit more about, did you really eat this, or did you eat that amount?
Right.
Are you actually doing your workouts? And usually it'll come out like, well, I skipped a day, or I might have had more potato chips than I thought.
Oh, okay.
And we usually just go from there.
I see. So it sounds like you don't really condemn people or judgmental. Are you more compassionate or empathetic to them?
I'm definitely very empathetic. I'm not a drill sergeant type of
I've seen those on TV, those boot camp. They seem pretty scary on TV when they do that. They say,
I'm not that type of person.
Yeah, you're not like that.
I'm very realistic, so I'm not going to, patronize you for being a human being. Like if you tell me, hey, I ate pizza every day, I'm like, well, pizza's delicious.
Reggie,
That's good. Let's try to maybe add a salad with that pizza.
Okay, that's good. So you're like a benevolent coach, but you can be tough at times, I would imagine. You have to be disciplined as well. So
definitely tough, but I'm kind of like, I can't explain it. I'm very happy but stern at the same time, so I'll kind of trick you into doing what I like you to do.
Yeah, my mother used to make me orange juice with carrot juice. She would say, "Oh, here's your orange juice," and it was full of carrots. But
exactly.
I figured it out.
That's totally me. Like, yeah,
that's kind of cool. Now, Brittany, you have a few points here that are very interesting. I'm going to go over these, and you tell me what you mean by them in terms of tips.
Sure.
I think you said something like have a support system, like a friend or family member that holds you accountable. Why is that important to have a support system for weight loss and exercise?
Well, because it's a very hard process. It's much harder than people think when they go into it. A lot of people think that it's going to be quick, that it's going to be easy. And when they don't start to see results, it's very easy to feel dejected and to go back into their regular habits, particularly if the people around them, like their significant other or their friends, are not supporting them in that. It's really easy just to be like, you're right. I quit. I'll try it again next year.
That makes sense.
Or, I don't want to eat this salad today. You're eating a burger. Fine, let's just do burgers and fries.
Right. Do skinny people hang out together and overweight people hang out together, or how does it work?
I think it's a mix, honestly. I mean, it's the same as I don't have all trainer friends. I have some friends that are not. But you do tend to hang around people that have similar eating habits to
Yes.
you.
Right.
So it could just happen that someone who is skinny could actually have a higher body fat percentage than they would think. We would call them skinny fat.
Okay.
So there might be a friend that is more physically looking overweight, but their actual body composition might be the same. And that's when it comes to, genetics and all of that.
So, Brittany, what if someone says, I like being so-called fat. I'm a jolly and happy person. I eat what I want. So what do you say to the people like that? I don't want to lose weight.
I mean, you don't have to lose weight. For me, it's all about what's going to make you the healthiest.
Yes.
Just from a scientific standpoint, being at a certain weight can sometimes affect your overall health. So it's important to continue to go to the doctor and get checkups to make sure that, you're not at risk for high cholesterol or blood pressure or any of those.
Right.
But if you're healthy, according to the doctor, then there's no need to focus on losing weight. Maybe you want to focus on gaining muscle or just having a lower body fat percentage, which does not necessarily mean losing weight.
That's true.
It just means building more muscle.
Right. In the dating world, some people actually like people who are bigger and thicker. They said that's attractive to them. So I guess it depends on the person, right? Some people want to be skinnier and some don't.
Right. It depends on the person, your personal preference. And like I said, it just depends on what's going to be healthy for you.
Now, one thing you say, though, is don't rely on social media as your support system or compare yourself to others on social media. So what does that mean to not rely on social media as your support system?
A lot of people kind of fall into this rabbit hole of looking at social media and feeling like they're supposed to look a certain way or be able to do an exercise a certain way because that's what they see. And it's not a very realistic goal. A lot of times you might be comparing yourself to someone who has a different body type than what you have.
Right.
And it's not great. If you use social media more as a way of keeping yourself accountable, like, I want to post my progress or I want to post my workouts just as a way to hold myself accountable,
Yes.
that can be great. But it also just makes you subject to kind of the negative things that can come along with that. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to have a support system of people that actually know you and that aren't going to be saying mean things or anything like that to you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because I heard that people can say mean things, that even bully you on social media. That people do that like, you lost 10 pounds, but you need to lose another 40. Do people ever say stuff like that?
I have heard cases like that. For me personally, I'm very lucky to have a good audience that doesn't troll me too much.
That's good.
But I also have a lot of precautions on my page that I think keep bad comments off of it. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, you also talk about rewarding yourself with maybe a new outfit or going somewhere special. Why is that important to reward yourself after a hard workout?
It's just another way to keep you motivated. Again, sometimes the process of losing weight or gaining muscle can seem like you're not getting anywhere because it is a very slow process. So having a more tangible physical goal just helps you with that. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I can fit into this dress that I bought now,
Yes.
I feel awesome. Or, I've been doing really good. I've at least been going to the gym the amount of times I said. I'm going to reward myself with, a special outing. It's just another way of keeping you motivated.
So say Reggie, our producer here. Now, Reggie, he's a young man, 25 years old, and he said he's about 20 pounds overweight. I think you said you want to look more attractive to the opposite sex, Reggie, and go out, meet a nice lady. So how do we help Reggie now? He doesn't exercise. He's kind of an intellectual guy. You can call him maybe a little bit nerdy in a way. Very smart. So what's your advice to Reggie?
So I would say just pick one habit and focus on it. So either commit to eating better or working out. It's kind of hard to do both. So figure out which one you think you're better at.
Really?
I
Wait
think
a minute.
a lot
Let me
of
stop
people,
here, Bernie. I thought you should do both from what I've been told. Work out and eat better, but that's interesting what you're saying.
You should do both for maximum
Gain.
effect.
Yes.
However, some people, they go in a little too headstrong. Like they'll go in and say, I'm going to start a diet and I'm going to, do keto and intermittent fasting. And then I'm also going to go to the gym 6 times this week and work out for 2 hours. And it's just too much too soon.
I see.
And you're not able to sustain it. So sometimes it's easier just to be like, okay, I am going to really hone in on my diet this week. And instead of having pizza 5 days a week, I'm going to have pizza 3 days a week.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay, cool. Now that I've got that down pat, let me go to the gym at least once this week and then make that 2 times this week, so on and so forth. It's much easier to keep up with that than feeling like, oh crap, I said I was going to go to the gym 7 times this week and not eat pizza. And I didn't do that and I failed. F it, I'm not doing it anymore.
But so you're kind of like a realistic kind of coach, it sounds like. And you're giving people
I'm very
leeway.
into lifestyle changes.
Yeah, you're giving people leeway to, I guess, fail in some way. And he also says, like, don't punish yourself if you have a setback. And you said don't eat punishment kale. What does that mean, punishment kale?
So some people will do like, they'll be like, dang, I had a whole pizza today. I blew it. I need to just eat kale, all day tomorrow.
Well, what is kale?
No,
is that like a green thing, or what is that?
Yeah, it's a green leafy vegetable similar to like spinach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You hate that, don't you, Reggie, the spinach?
Yeah, I'm more of a lettuce guy.
Okay.
More of a lettuce guy.
So don't hurt yourself by
lettuce.
eating. So in other words, give yourself a break. If you do, let's say you ate that little chocolate cake at the party and you ate a little too much of it and maybe had a cocktail. Now, what do you say to yourself? You blew your diet. You're a loser, says your mind. So how do you counteract that, the mental image?
So instead say, I'm not a loser. It's fine. Let me get back on track. So I'm going to have some water before bed. If I have some time, maybe I'll go to the gym and, walk or run to help burn off some of those cake calories. And tomorrow we'll be right back at it.
I like it. Okay. So we call it self-talk in psychology, or the critical inner voice. And then, the healthy voice that says, you're okay. You can keep going forward. It's the idea that if you take one step backward but two steps forward, you're still making progress because you have an extra step. And you also talk about expect things to go wrong. I think you're factoring that as well, that, you might have a little bit of a setback, shall we say. But of course, what if it becomes too many setbacks? What do you say to the person then? They're falling back all the time.
Then it's a matter of going deeper into your mindset and kind of understanding why you're self-sabotaging. And usually it'll be something that's deeper than what you're looking at. Most people that are struggling with weight issues, it's usually not about the weight. It's usually something else that is behind that. Yes. So it's you figuring out what it is. Because if it was just the weight, it would be easier to stay on track. But it's usually a self-conscious issue, a family issue, a relationship issue, work stress, something like that. So that's when you have to take a step back and be like, maybe I need to figure out what the deeper thing is here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we know them bulimia, anorexia, eating disorders. There's oftentimes maybe childhood abuse or other kind of issues, control issues. So there's a lot of psychological components to your work, I would imagine. And,
absolutely.
Connecting mind and body. Now, you do have the interesting little, it looks like an acronym. You call it SMART goals. And you say these are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So what does that mean to have SMART fitness goals?
So this is a concept that most trainers abide by. So you need to understand that if you have a goal, you need to know exactly what that goal is. So it's not enough to just say, I want to lose weight. That's not enough to keep you focused. So you need to say something more like, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months, and I'm going to do that by going to the gym 2 times a week and, doing weights. Yeah. So that gives you something that is very measurable, because after 3 months' time, we can see if you've lost those 10 pounds. It's very realistic. It's something that you can do. But you're going to train specifically for that so that you get it. So that is much more of an attainable goal than just saying, I'm going to lose some weight. Does that make sense?
Definitely. And, in goal setting in psychology, we talk about goals that are basically achievable but also challenging at the same time. Like if Reggie says, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a month and I'm going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr., they may be motivating, but it may be hard. Or if he says, I'm going to lose 1 pound every month, so which one of those you think will work better for him? Or would either of them work?
Neither of them would be the best, but the better of the two would be to lose a pound every month, because at least that is very realistic, and it's something that he can feel proud about, because I'm sure he probably would lose a pound after a month.
Poor Reggie, he's a guinea pig. All these shows, he's been the guy that has to lose all the weight, right? Right, guys?
Oh, poor Reggie.
Well, Reggie, but what do you think of this stuff? I mean, she's giving you some pretty cool advice. Can you really give up that pizza slice every day, and can you start running a little bit?
Well, no, absolutely. The way she explains it seems very, sensible and, achievable, It's, just baby steps, I think it's important.
Okay, that sounds good. So little by little. So I think you got Reggie motivated to do something today, right? And get out there. Now, Brittany, I'm very curious about you now, because, you were a former athlete. And at the college level, UCLA, that's a pretty high standard. Did you ever think of going to the Olympics? Were you good enough for any of that stuff?
Definitely thought about going to the Olympics. I got injured kind of midway through my college career, so that definitely set me back from that goal.
Yes.
But, yeah, that was definitely my goal most of the time growing up.
And what was your aha? They say an aha experience is something that was a key turning point in your life where you learned something, maybe a spiritual or emotional breakthrough. Did anything turn you around in life that gave you some encouragement?
It was probably when I did get hurt, just because track and field was such a big part of my life for so long. I was always very studious, knew I wanted to get into UCLA,
Yes.
and I wanted to run track. So it was very strange being there and getting hurt, because then I wasn't spending as much time practicing. And UCLA was a very challenging academic place. So it was the first time I was thrown into an environment where I wasn't the smartest person in class. I certainly was intelligent, but it was just a whole different level. So I kind of went through like a midway, like identity crisis of like, oh my God, like, who am I? You know, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the best athlete. I'm just kind of normal here.
Okay.
But it really just kind of forced me to kind of dig deeper and understand what else made me special and unique. And then once I learned that, like, my self-confidence really
So what made you
changed,
special and
and I'm
unique,
much more.
Brittany? What is special and unique about you right now that you discovered?
I'm super quirky, which I love. So I don't really, I'm a bit of a nerd, which I just let myself be that. Definitely.
Okay. Do you like weird foreign movies or something, or weird technology stuff?
I do like technology a lot. I like to read a lot about science. I'm a really big like Harry Potter nerd. I love superheroes and like cosplay.
I think you're compatible with Reggie. Reggie, is that you? Okay, you love the superhero stuff?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Now, I guess you already have a relationship, Brittany. Are you with someone special?
Not currently, no.
Okay. So for relationships, what do you think of that? I mean, how important is that in our life today, love and relationships, do you think?
My relationships are very, very important to me. I have a really great relationship with like my friends and family. So who I'm dating needs to also fit into that.
Yes.
I'm very big into like your relationship being a partnership, and I'm kind of at that stage in life where I am looking to, get married and have kids. So I'm being a lot more specific in terms of what I'm looking for.
So you need a big bodybuilding guy? You want an Adonis who's 250 pounds of muscle, or can you go with a little geeky guy?
I definitely prefer some muscle, but they do not need to be a bodybuilder. They just need to share my affinity for fitness. So we need to be on the same page as far as, healthy weight, working out, eating fairly decent, pizza on the weekends.
Okay, that sounds good. If you could tweet one phrase to the world, what would that be? One phrase that summarizes, who you are and what you believe in.
Be kind and confident.
Okay, that's an interesting combination. Some people are kind but not confident, or confident but not kind. Is that possible?
Right. So I think that it's important. I think a lot of people who lack confidence, sometimes either if they lack confidence, they're either not kind because they're trying to compensate, or sometimes they're overly kind because they're trying to get people to like them. I think confidence is really important, because when you are more confident and you don't feel like you need to put others down, you're a lot better at just uplifting everyone else. I think that they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's an element of what I call love IQ. Love Q is like a high level of spiritual intelligence is gentleness and kindness. And we don't see that as much as we should in our society. People are kind of rude sometimes and kind of impatient. So I like that idea. And let's say that in the fitness world, what would be some advice you would give a young person, someone in their middle years, and someone older for exercise or health? Let's say for a young person, what's the best advice for them?
You don't stay young forever, so make sure that you're taking care of your body now.
Yes. I like that. So partying, I guess you do in college, a lot of people, but then you can't keep it up all your life.
Well, right. And a lot of times people will like go to work out, and because they're young and fit, like they don't warm up, or they think they can just lift really heavy, or, go out and sprint, and they don't realize when they get to a certain part when they can't do that anymore. And a lot of times they end up getting hurt because you just think you're invincible when you're younger.
That makes sense. How about the middle year people when they start to realize they're a little bit vulnerable?
I would definitely say the importance of maintenance. So, if you're not where you're at, where you want to be at now, it's just going to be harder when you get older. So it's better to do it now. And if you are in a good place, you want to be able to maintain that through being older. Because if you're like a bodybuilder right now, your body can't sustain that level of weightlifting when you're older. So just being cognizant of like, where am I at now? I either need to be getting better or I need to maintain where I'm at.
And how about an older person? Should they even work out? Because some people say I'm too old to work out.
Definitely. No, that's rubbish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any older clients, by the way? I mean, what is some of their age ranges?
I do. My oldest client right now is like mid-70s.
Wow, mid-70s. So what do you recommend for the older folks to exercise?
Just keep it moving. That's what one of my clients is always like, I'm just trying to keep it moving.
You mean your heart, or are you talking about the body?
The body. So,
Okay.
movement just helps to maintain like your flexibility.
Yes.
Especially if you're older, you want to make sure that you're not losing bone mass. You don't want to be at risk for osteoporosis. You don't want to be falling. So just if you don't move it, you lose it.
Okay, I kind of like that.
Keep it moving.
That's a kind of cool thing. That could be a good T-shirt, by the way. I think that's kind of nice. Now, speaking of, you were mentioning earlier superheroes. Now, what if you could be a superhero, or what superhero do you admire? It could be like someone who's actually alive now, a real person. It could be a character from a movie or something. Or what superhero do you really admire, and why?
Ooh, that's really, really hard because I like a lot of superheroes.
Okay,
I
tell me
feel
one.
like I'm obligated to pick a girl because I'm a female.
Okay.
I guess watching the new Captain Marvel, I would say her just because she's like a badass. She's way better than the boys. They don't give her credit. She can fly and she's strong.
Now, is
that's
that the one,
really cool.
one of them actually didn't do that well in terms of the critics. Is that the one that didn't do well, or is that a different one?
I think that was the one that didn't do well.
Ah.
Because Wonder Woman's cool too, but
She's pretty cool, yeah. Uh-huh.
she's pretty cool. She's pretty strong.
Okay. Is there like a Batwoman out there or something, or a Catwoman, or one of those?
There is. I'm not a Catwoman and Bat person.
She's too
I would
mean.
feel like the girls
She's mean, huh?
in Wakanda were cooler, for sure.
Okay. Reggie, what's your favorite of the characters?
My favorite superheroes? I think I like the supervillains better.
Supervillains? Oh my God. Okay. Is there a supervillain that you kind of like in a weird way, Brittany? Any of the villains?
Ooh, I guess the most villainous would probably be Maleficent. I think she's cool.
Oh, okay.
She's a badass.
There you
for
go.
Sure.
Okay. And also, so Brittany, in terms of your own career or business or what you're doing now, is there anything that is exciting you about the future? Any new projects or things that are exciting, or even in your personal life, something you want to accomplish? I know you mentioned marriage and family in the future, but what is it that's exciting you right now for your work?
Yeah, so I'm actually coming up with a lot of new fitness programs to be able to deliver to people. And all that's going to get launched in January, right in time for the new year.
Oh, perfect.
So right now I only work with a select number of people, but I'm actually making it so that I can create a program that I can take more 100 to 200 people per program.
Wow.
So that way we have this big community where I can help as many people as possible.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm just kind of making tweaks to the formatting, to my website, all of that, so that it can accommodate it. But it will definitely be ready to launch by January.
That's fantastic. What's the secret for, I know there's people that do this kind of work. What makes someone stand out? I mean, what is the key ingredient for you to be very successful in this field as a fitness trainer? Online?
I think for me, it is, you yourself as the brand. So I'm not like any other trainer, just in the sense of you can already see my philosophy is very different. I'm very much into the lifestyle habit-based thing, which I think a lot of times you just see people that are like boot camp style, you have to be on this strict diet, be on this strict workout plan, and that's not me. I also am very fun to work with. I'm quirky, and a lot of people see that personality in my Instagram and in my blooper reel and stuff like that. I'll show people when I'm biffing exercise,
wow.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, I don't do exercises perfect all the time either. So yeah, you can watch me.
I never heard of that. So a blooper exercise reel. I never heard of that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Because I don't get everything right the first try. So it's nice for people to see
so you're almost,
okay.
I would say, a realistic and fair, honest coach. You're kind of down to earth, I would think.
Very much so. But that's a good and bad thing, because I will always tell my clients the 100% truth.
Now, Brittany, where can people hear more about this? This is very interesting stuff. Do you have website, coaching materials, books?
I do. So my website is www.bnoellefitness.com. And on there, you can get to the blog that has a lot of free fitness advice. You can see all my coaching programs and my video log. You can also find me on Instagram, which is B_Noelle Fitness. That's my same handle for Twitter and Snapchat as well, and YouTube. You spell Noelle, Noelle, if you're looking for that. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. So tell me again what you offer. Now, you do coaching. Is it online? Is it in person? What else do you do? Yeah.
So I do online custom programs, so everything's customized. You can also join a non-customized challenge group, so you have support of others. I also do content creation for brands. So if you're looking to collaborate with an influencer. I do create content for that and help with the marketing of that and digital marketing. And then I do coach people in digital marketing as well.
Oh, wow. So you're also a businesswoman as well. You do marketing as a
business.
Very,
very much so. Yeah.
That's fantastic. What's your biggest tip? I mean, we have people that want to, go viral, as they say. They have products and services online. What is a tip tips you can give people that want to do that?
Definitely just figure out the digital platform that's going to work best for you and be very committed to that platform. So whether it's Instagram, YouTube, your blog, you just need to be consistent with putting out the content that best reflects your brand. So just understand kind of what is your brand all about and be able to convey that message through whatever digital platform you're using in a very clear way.
I see. That's fantastic. So, Brittany, it's been great to have you on the show. I'd love to have you back on again and even collaborate with you. We do some seminars in different venues live for singles and couples and inner and outer health. Would you be interested in coming back?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, we want to get you on. We have regular guests that come on, so it's great to build basically a community of people that want to help each other, because that's what Love University is about. We really want to contribute to minimizing loneliness and sadness and bringing love to people, and especially loving energy without expectation. That's our philosophy, is to be kind and giving to others without expecting anything back, and many times it will come back in many different ways. So I think the work you're doing is great. You're helping people health-wise and also I think spiritually and emotionally as well, because there's a connection. So Love University students, if you have any questions, you can email us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com, 310-226-8090. Visit us at loveuniversity.love. Like us on Facebook at Love University Podcast, also Instagram and Twitter at Love U Podcast. Until next time, Love University students, put away your notepads, your books, your iPads, and this is Dr. Alex Avila.